Maybe not. Oh yeah, okay, there we are. I'm Terra Milo. I teach technology and marketing to other online entrepreneurs. Most of my clients are health coaches and life coaches and service providers. And I teach them the technology that they need to grow their business. So maybe they have somebody design a website for them. I teach them how to use their website. Or I teach them how to send an email newsletter, use social media, video, all the techie things. Most people who teach technology create a digital course and tell people to buy their course. But I like to do it one-on-one. I sit with them, I hold their hand, I walk them through it virtually. I do it all online, no local clients. But I do that one-on-one. So when I do my business one-on-one, people ask, well, how are you going to scale that? And it's a great question. Because a lot of them say, well, maybe you could create an agency and have virtual assistants who will do the work for them and all of this stuff. That doesn't interest me, so I'm looking at different ways to scale my business. So I thought we could brainstorm together a couple of different ways to scale your business. And I posed this question in a Facebook group in preparation for this talk, how do people scale their business? And I got a bunch of answers and I realized maybe we need to define the word scale a little bit. So to me, the word scaling your business, or when we're talking about this concept of scaling your business, I'm talking about going from one-to-one to one-to-many, serving more people. Not just increasing your revenue, but increasing the number of people that you get to serve. So that's what I'm talking about when I talk about scale your business. Because some people said just raise your prices. I don't think that's scaling your business. It's making more money, it's growing your business, but not scaling the way that I'm thinking about it. So I'm brainstorming a few ideas with you now about how to scale your business. So most of us are online entrepreneurs, right? All of us online, not physical products. Yeah? Okay. So a lot of times we work with people one-on-one, and then we create a group course or a digital course. So that's a great way to scale your business. And I really encourage people to start with those one-on-one clients because it sounds really great to declare yourself a life coach and I'm going to have a group program. It's really hard to sell that group program when you're starting with a list of 0 people. Or maybe your mom and your friends are on the list. You've got to start with the one-on-one clients, develop your program, get a full roster of clients, and then create that digital course that people can buy, or the group program, or something like that. Another one that's really hot these days is memberships. You can create membership programs for people. And as we're creating these different ways of scaling our business, the courses and the memberships and stuff, I'd love to keep what Fatime was talking about, that personal touch. Really keep in contact with people and be engaged with them. So they're not getting the one-to-one attention anymore, but they should feel like they are. That's going to make all the difference in the business because they're going to tell people, I took this course and the course creator answered my question. That just makes people feel so good when they get the direct answer from you, the teacher. Okay, so we've got group courses, memberships, digital group programs like that. You could create an agency of other people who you've trained who can go out and do the work that you do. You could have a joint venture. So that's actually my favorite way. Like, I like to teach people one-on-one. So if I create a joint venture with somebody, then I get to support their clients. They do the marketing, I do the work that I love to do, and it works out for all of us because their clients get to learn the technology, which is often the thing that holds people back. Like, I don't know how to make a website, I'm going to give up on this business. I don't like that, so that's why I go in and I support people with the technology stuff. So joint ventures, partnerships are so fun and exciting. But here's something that you want to keep in mind with those joint ventures and the partnerships is some of the legal stuff that's going to happen, that's going to come up. And we've got a speaker later today who will be talking about legal issues when you're scaling your business. So I'm sure she'll cover joint ventures and partnerships. So I'm excited about that. So that'll be later today. You can also have affiliate marketing programs. That's a good way to kind of expand your your status in the field and kind of show that you are an influencer. I don't know if I want to use the word influencer. It's getting kind of a bad rap right now, but something like that. So affiliate marketing is good. Also, adding a new service. So you've got your coaching program or whatever it is that you're providing to people, adding a new service, a new twist on that is so exciting. And it can give you a lot of energy. I get really energized when I wake up in the morning and I think, oh my gosh, there's this whole new group of people that I could be serving and I could tweak this language, I give them something, a whole new service is born. It's so exciting. For me, it's energizing for the business, right? Like, we get in a rut, we need a little spark, and adding a new service is a fun way to do that and a great way to scale your business. The last one, I'm peeking at my notes here, is automating and using smart systems. So I love the Nike example about how they were reaching out personally and asking runners if they have an injury and congratulating people who win a race or something. And we can use automation to do that now, to reach out to a bunch of people. You're not going to get 1,000 responses back. You might get a couple responses back and you can initiate a more personal conversation, but you can automate that initial contact with people to make them feel like you really care about their business, their life, whatever it is. So automating in that sense and reaching out to people who've already bought from you, but also automating the onboarding of clients. That's something that I did early on in my business. I automate that onboarding. So when someone books a session with me on my calendar, they get the confirmation email, they get a reminder email, they might get a video welcome from me saying, hey, I'm so excited to talk to you next week, or whenever it is. And I kind of spell it out in a video so they get a personal touch, but it's all automated. And they feel like all of that is me sitting at my computer reminding them, hey, we've got a conversation in an hour, but I've automated all of it. So I can be out doing my thing, I get home in time for my appointment, it's all automated, but they feel that personal touch. And that comes through copywriting, it comes through just making something look like something that you would want to receive. I'm a big fan of stepping into my clients' shoes and seeing what they would want to experience, what I would want to experience. So, those are some of the things. Do you guys have any other ideas we can brainstorm together? Other ways to scale a business? No, I think we covered them all. I think so. Pretty quickly, just kind of touching on all of them, but I want to kind of get your brains thinking about some different ways you can do it as we hear the rest of the speakers here at the summit. So we're going to have somebody talking about legal stuff. Rhiannon is going to talk about automation and how to, I think she'll talk about how to keep that personal touch, but how to automate your systems so that they work really well for you and they work well for your clients. I know for me, my automation sets boundaries for me. It just takes care of people. It takes care of them and me. Oh, I love it so much. If you need automation, either of us can help you with that because this is my favorite thing. And again, I would always suggest starting with those one-on-one clients so that you get to listen to people and you understand their needs and their desires, and you can use those conversations to build the rest of your marketing. So those one-on-one clients are so helpful for building your programs, building your marketing, your copywriting, all of that great stuff. So I know we're all about scaling, but I think starting one-on-one is really great, and then you can scale from there. So, any questions? I kind of ran through that all pretty quickly, but I think we have a couple minutes for questions if you want to go there, or I'll be on a panel. Yes?
How are you going to scale?
How am I going to scale? Yeah, that's a great question. I'm building partnerships with people. Joint ventures and partnerships. So actually last summer I partnered with a life coaching school and I taught all of their students marketing and technology. That's my favorite way to scale because they do the marketing for me, they've got the list of clients, and I just get to do the work that I love. Because my strong suit is not putting myself out in front of people. So partnering up with somebody who already has a list of people who need what I do is the ideal way for me to scale. A lot of people tell me to build an agency and stuff, and that doesn't interest me at all, so I like partnering and and making a connection with somebody who's a leader in the industry, who's doing stuff, and they've got my audience sitting there waiting for me. Oh my gosh, it's so great. So much fun. Yes?
Are you following your own advice and automating your partnership package?
I have not automated my partnership package. I have not. But their initial contact with me would be automated. Yep.
Thanks. So I'm curious why you decided to specialize in life coaches, because technically what you could provide to many niche, right? But
yes.
Why was that?
That's a good question. I was working at a university and doing the website, the email marketing, social media, all of that stuff at a university. And at the same time, I was studying to become a health coach. And I thought that's what I was going to do, and I was going to be, this great health coach. And I realized that all of my buddies were totally stuck on the technology, and they needed someone to teach them, and that's what I was doing in my job, and I really loved my job. So I thought, oh, well, they need what I can do, I'll just go do it for them. And the business was born out of their demand, which is really awesome, to have that business built out of client demand. So that's why they became my first niche. So I work with mostly health coaches, life coaches, because I'm in their circle, I speak their language, I know what their clients need, I know how important their work is in the world, so I want to help them get that out into the world. And then it does branch out a little bit. I've got some clients who are therapists and psychologists, I've got some photographers, lawyers, other kind of service providers, but my main focus is in the health coaches and life coaches. And back to your question about automating with the partnerships and the joint ventures. I'm not sure if I automate, but one way that I scale my business is answering questions, doing Q&As or Ask Me Anything sessions. So I'll have a big group of 20, 30, 100 people who do this Ask Me Anything. And that is my favorite thing, these popcorn questions of all the different kind of crazy technology stuff. I love that. So that's the way I scale, is I can answer all those questions, and I do a screen share and I show them exactly how to do things rather than telling them how to do it and then they have to go figure it out. I'll just share my screen and show them right there in my stuff. So that's how I scale a little bit. Yeah?
What do you do with your First off, thanks for the talk, really good, and really like the steps and the ways to scale. They are the ones that we are all thinking about. Really good.
Good, thanks.
And what are the strategies that you use when someone is asking you like a question in a Q&A and you don't know how to answer?
Yes, that's a great question. I have a tool. So normally, I have a couple of answers. So if I don't know the answer, I'll look for it and I'll get back to them. And I have a really fun tool that I use to do that. It's called Use Loom, and it does a screen share and then a little circle with my face video thing. And I'll answer their question, and then I'll pop that video into the group so I can actually answer the question later. Sometimes there are technical questions that I can't answer, and that isn't my job to answer. So a lot of times somebody has a problem with their website, they have to ask their host to answer that question. They have to ask their host to do the work. And a lot of times we feel like we should be able to figure out all of this technology to install an SSL certificate on our website. I'm saying your job is to be a life coach. Your job is to serve your clients. Your job is not to know how to install an SSL certificate on your website. That's your host's job. That's what you pay them for. You need to make them do that. And if they don't, tell them you'll go somewhere else. So that's kind of my answer for some of those things where I'm like, this is not your job. You need to have somebody do this for you, and you're already paying them. So that's another one of my go-to answers if it's something I truly can't. But I love that Loom thing where I can do the screencast and answer their question and pop it in the group later. Good question. Anybody else? Okay. I think we can start. Oh, yeah.
I was thinking on ways to scale your project. Have you thought on broadcasting one-on-one sessions? Because I would be very interested in seeing one specific session.
With somebody. That's a good idea. So I video all of my sessions, my one-on-one sessions, so I can pull little snippets of it and make sure it's okay. But if I ever have a volunteer to have their session broadcast, I would love to do that. Sometimes we get into some private things, passwords and your email list and subscribers and stuff like that. So I normally try to keep that private. But yeah, I mean, if somebody wants to have a one-on-one session that I can use the full thing as a demo, that would be really fun. But sometimes I can pull a little bit of the video to show. Yeah, good idea. Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else? Think Q&A?